Yai da da, ya la da 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 da, ya la la da, ya da da, ya la da da da, ya da, ya la ya da da da, ya la la da, ya la da. Min hame hitsa karatia Nani vamerchavia mi hame hitsa karatia Nani vamerchavia Adonai liloira Mayase Yaseli Adam Adonai liloira Oh Mayaseli Adam Adonai liloira Mayase Yaseli Adam Adonai liloira Oh Mayaseli Adam Min hame hitzar karatia Nani vamerchavia min hame hitzar karatia Nani vamerchavia Yai yadai yalai yadadada yalalai yadai yai lai dai dai yadai yalai yadadada yalalai dai yai dai dai.
Over 1,000 years ago, the sages of our tradition understood that we mark our seasons through time and memory. On Yom Kippur, as we reflect on our own days and our lives, inevitably memories of our loved ones are awakened. The relationships that have shaped us, sustained us, and challenged us are as ever present on this holy day that we once shared together. And so, Yizkor, we remember. We join together at this time of year to grieve, to mourn, and to share stories. So this afternoon, we are going to reflect in song, in silence, in prayer, and in stories as the flames of memory burn before us. We will be exploring memory of our loved ones through the framework of the 5 senses. Noticing how our bodies shift, our hearts beat, our tears flow, and our memories connect with each different mode. We hope these experiences and snapshots of memory allow your own memories to stream forth from deep in your souls to ever present on your mind, allowing each of us to grieve. Some relationships will feel very present, while others will sit with stories and relationships not spoken aloud, but still deep in our hearts. And as a gentle reminder, our Yizkor service transitions directly into Neilah, the closing of the gates of Yom Kippur, and we'll hope you'll ride out this emotional journey to its closing. But if you cannot, please just leave the sanctuary or our worship space or sign off quietly. And again, remember, please, at this time in the day, to take care of your bodies. If standing is too hard or you need to go get a drink of water, that is most important. And we will begin with a memory of smell. A spiced chickpea stew by Allison Roman was all the rage when the New York Times cooking section published the recipe in the fall of 2020. The garlicky chickpeas paired with a creamy coconut milk base filled one's kitchen with aromas from South India, paired with a touch of mint or served over rice. And it was delicious. The stew, as it became known in some foodie circles, brought hearty comfort to anyone who needed a warm winter dish. Until March arrived, and Catherine made the recipe over and over again. She carried it down the streets of her neighborhood in worn Tupperware, dropping it off on the doorsteps of friends. As more and more people became sick, the stew was made. If someone died, the stew was made. The garlic and coconut no longer smelled sweet. Ginger and turmeric bubbling on a hot stove, once a sign of delicious comfort, now smelled like a poison. The stew is the pot of haphazard ingredients tossed together in fear, in stress, in the grief of a community unraveling. And today, Catherine has sworn to never make that stew again. It's associated too strongly with those fearful days of early pandemic. When we need comfort, the Psalms are often what we turn to in times of mourning. But unlike a stew, they never lose their taste or flavor. They are always here for comfort for us. Page 556.
שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם אדוני, עושה שמיים וארץ, אל ייתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך, הנה אילו ינום ולא ישן שומר ישראל. אדוני שומרך, אדוני צילך על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה. אדוני ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך. אדוני ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם. שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם אדוני, עושה שמיים וארץ, אל ייתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך. הנה אילו ינום ולא ישן שומר ישראל. אדוני שומרך, אדוני צילך על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה. אדוני ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך. אדוני ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם. שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי.
Rabbi Lisa brought us some more mouth-watering tastes to imagine in this moment, and I want to bring us to a different place. Wafting plumes of cigarette smoke mingling with burnt coffee. It's a smell so distinct I can conjure it decades later. A smell I desperately don't want my son to know because, well, secondhand smoke harms and burnt coffee's terrible. But on the other hand, I desperately want him to because it would mean he could know his great-grandma Ray. As a child, I watched Grandma Ray as if she were a human kettle. We would sit around her tiny kitchen table in Pasadena, she, my mother, and I, enveloped in the aforementioned steam cloud of coffee and cigarettes, theirs, not mine. And as the two women bent studiously over the Sunday New York Times crossword puzzle, pulling apart names and words from thin air that might as well have been a foreign language to me, I would pull apart an Entenmann's sticky pecan pinwheel, and watch, my mouth hanging open. I imagined that the pungent steam was coming out of their minds and not their mugs. I worshipped Ray's brilliance, her fiery wit, startling laugh, and her way with words. She had a knack for asking you how you were with such a tone that she knew she wanted a real answer and would settle for no less. Her ability to penetrate mind and soul made her a great psychoanalyst. To her grandchildren, these qualities made us feel seen and heard as we'd never thought possible. I knew, sitting at that table, inhaling her Marlboro fumes, that I wanted to be like her, to join the ranks of women who can do Sunday New York Times crossword puzzles and drink coffee. And I admit there are still times when I cross the street towards a cafe sidewalk with a rare Bay Area smoker outside, take a deep inhale just once, and feel her presence surround me.
From the place of the infinite where the divine dwells, Neilah, beyond space and time and beyond this physical realm, Neilah min kol birchata v'shirata, beyond all blessings and songs of praise, beyond any words that we could say, beyond our pain and suffering, beyond anger and regret, beyond the details of this life and what's to come, Neilah. But the beyond is not really beyond, the beyond is within. And this is where love lies, and love is infinite. Neilah, 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 min kol birchata v'shirata, Neilah, min kol birchata halala min kol birchata v'shirata. Neilah, 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 Neilah,
Yizkor, Remembrance and Sight, Snapshots of 9/11. The talit I'm wearing during this service is the talit for the Shomrim Society, the Jewish Police Officers Society of New York. I served a synagogue on Long Island on 9/11. Here are pictures from that time and through the years. 9 a.m., September 11th. I was at home and received a call from the temple about the plane hitting the first tower. I turned on the TV. I saw the replay, and then shortly after, the plane hitting the second tower. It's a sight I'll always remember. 10 a.m., the nursery school office at Temple. The office was a cramped space, 2 desks, one after the other, and then file cabinets. The president, nursery director, and I sat and talked about what to do. We agreed that the parents that were worried and that were there could take their children home if they wished, but we would remain open the rest of the day because parents needed the care. The president and I then talked about what to do next. 4 p.m., the Temple Library, a space that was done in soft grays and pinks, bookshelves that were gray, carpets that highlighted, and a large conference table. The executive committee and I sat around. We decided that every family, all 900, should be called to make sure that everyone was okay and to talk about a service that we would have the next night. I remained at a phone. I was the center point in case there was a family that received tragic news. 10 p.m., the calls were complete. Thank God, no one from the Temple community was missing or lost their lives. 7 p.m. the next day is September 12th. There were 900 people in the combined sanctuary and social hall. Towards the start of the service, we had an open microphone in the front where people could come and talk about their experiences. Some who were in their towers, some who were afraid that they might lose loved ones. Towards the end, we did the Mishaberach, and I walked through as people shared names for those to whom they were offering prayers. The following week, life was beginning to get back to normal, but people were still afraid. I can still remember going into Penn Station the next week and seeing armed soldiers there at the railroad trains was a surreal experience. November 15th, 2 months later, we made a commitment not to let fear win the day. The Wednesday morning Women's Torah Study Group decided that we should go to Broadway and see a show. We went to The Lion King. Years later, November 2006. I was with a congregation in Connecticut. We took our 7th graders to Manhattan. We stayed on the Lower East Side, and we made a stop where the monument was under construction. You could still see the rubble. And now you'll see a picture of what I saw, April 2015. I went to the 9/11 memorial for the first time. It was with a group of students I took from Boston. There are 2 giant reflecting pools. They're waterfalls going down. It's entitled Reflecting Absence. The waterfalls mute the sound of the city. You see 152 bronze parapets. On the names at one side are the employees of the North Tower, passengers and crew of Flight 11, and others. And on the other pool, people from the South Tower, United Flight 175, first responders, and also those who lost their lives in the first bombing of the World Trade Center. When you go into the memorial, there are various exhibits. A profound one is the next picture. It's a room titled In Memoriam. There are pictures of all 2,977 individuals who were murdered as a result of the terrorist attacks, September 11 and the World Trade Center in 1993. The gallery's inner chamber is a more intimate space. Every picture has associated recordings, remembrances by families, remembrances by friends and former colleagues. Each picture represents a life story. We remember. The flag to the right, and that you'll see on the screen, has the names of all of those whose lives were lost. We think of pictures of our loved ones. When a dear one passes away, there are often boxes of pictures. I remember from when my mother passed away and pictures that we'd share. For those who lost their lives at 9/11, there were those pictures that the family shared as well. And their recollections are housed at the 9/11 memorial. The poem, Everyone Has a Name, given by God and given by parents. Everyone has a name, given from stature and from smiles, by clothes. Everyone has a name, given by mountains and by walls. Everyone has a name, given by stars and neighbors. Everyone has a name, given by sins and longing. Everyone has a name, given by enemies and given by love. Everyone has a name, given by holidays and by work. Everyone has a name, given by seasons and given by blindness. Everyone has a name, given by the sea and even given by death. We remember.
Ya da da, To walk with me. So when I'm down on my knees, I want Hashem to walk with me. Ya da da, ya da da da, ya da da. Da da da, ya da da, ya da da, ya da da, ya da da. Let's hear some holy humming.
Trip back home after an entire year away included a visit to the graveside of Steve, my father-in-law. Shwa and I walked hand in hand to stand over an engraved headstone. We spoke aloud to him about how the world had turned upside down, about all he had missed, all he had avoided, the pain, the fear, the loneliness. He had left us way too soon, but early enough to miss out of this chapter. And as Shwa spent alone time with his dad, I took a walk around the cemetery. My eyes peeled to the ground for stones. This one was too light, this one too rough, until I found that perfect, smooth, heavy stone, a stone for memory. I picked it up, feeling its weight in my hand, never minding some dirt that stuck beneath my fingernails. And I was transported to 5 years earlier, first reaching into the pile of dirt near that same spot. Raw earth filled with pebbles, rocks and sticks thrown down into a dark pit. Why stones? Some believe it's a function left over from a time where we would leave notes to our loved ones and hold them down under stones. And others believe it's a superstition. A stone can hold a soul in place, preventing it from traveling or escaping before its time. And some like the symbolism of a stone, long-lasting like our memories, never withering away like a flower. And so it's stones that are placed as loving signs. We were here. We love you. We miss you. We remember you. Walk around any Jewish cemetery and you will see many stones, small and large, piled without pattern on graves, as though a family were being haphazardly built, generation upon generation, always enduring. But which stone is perfect for you? You must hold it to find out. The world is made of earth and stones and sea and bridges. We sing Kol HaOlam, page 597.
כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר צר, כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר צר, כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר והעיקר, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, לא לפחד, והעיקר, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, לא לפחד. כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר צר, כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר as I walk along this very narrow bridge, I will not be afraid, knowing you are with me. As I walk across this very narrow bridge, I will not fear, knowing you are near. והעיקר, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, לא לפחד, והעיקר, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל.
The instant that the strings and horns of Jupiter, a movement from the musical masterpiece The Planets by Gustav Holst, pierced the silence of our sanctuary, there were no dry eyes. When I had the honor of officiating Boris Reagan's funeral several weeks ago, I was moved not only by the humility, humor, and incredible achievements I learned of, including sending a probe to the actual planet Jupiter, but I was amazed by the rich, diverse soundtrack of music he lived his life to, and the way his love of music so clearly influenced his family. I don't need to convince anyone here of the profound power of music to surface memory, transform emotion, and evoke the essence of a loved one as no words can. Perhaps the music of our Yizkor service or other liturgy of the high holidays brings up particular memories of loved ones you've shared past New Year's with who you can no longer sit beside. For just a few moments, I invite you to close your eyes. Let a song come to mind that really evokes the memory of someone you love. We'll hold silence together and create a sacred soundtrack of memory, each of us with a different tune, each of us moved by the healing power of music.
Sweet Spirit, hear my prayer. Help these words heal someone out there. I am but a voice, just a cry in the air, but I sing nonetheless in this pain we share. Sweet friends, come and dry your eyes and hold each other by this tree of life. I'm angry and tired of this great divide, but I sing nonetheless with love on our side. Sweet souls who feel broken now, we're here together somewhere, somehow. Time and again we have been let down, but we sing nonetheless, still whole and still proud. Oh, sweet Spirit, hear my prayer. Help these words heal someone out there.
No other psalm, perhaps no other prayer, but the Kaddish itself is as inseparable from our experience of grief and mourning as the 23rd. One phrase, so simple and direct, yet emotionally profound, has made it so. Ki ata imadi, for you are with me. Or in the language of an earlier age, for thou art with me. To arrive at those words after passing through the valley of the shadow of death is to know, in the words of Rabbi Joshua Liebman, that God contains and supports us as a mighty ocean contains and supports the infinitesimal drops of every wave. To arrive at those words is to feel at home in the cosmos, held and comforted, cared for and serene. The 23rd Psalm does not make promises that cannot be kept. The end of evil, the eradication of suffering and pain, sunshine instead of shadows. It makes but one promise, only this: you are not alone. I invite you to rise as you're able. You turn to page 594. With God as my shepherd, I shall not want. The Eternal makes me lie down in green pastures, leads me beside the still waters, restores my soul, guides me in straight paths for the sake of God's name. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Eternal forever.
El Malei Rachamim Shochin Bamromim Hamtzei Menucha Nechona Tachat Kanafei HaShechina Im Kedoshim Uteorim Kezohar Arakia Mazhirim Lenishmot Yakireinu Shehalechu Leolamam Baal Harachamim Yastireim Beseter Kenafav Leolamim Bitzror HaChayim Et Nishmatam Adonai Hu Nachalatam V'yanuchu b'shalom Al Mishkavam V'nomar Amen. We say Kaddish at gravesides and on yardsites, and yet it does not speak words of comfort to those who are in mourning. We say it at Yizkor and memorial services, but it does not speak of the people we miss, nor teach us how to remember them. We might begin to understand the mystery of the mourner's Kaddish through the following teaching. When a human king, one of flesh and blood, creates a coin sealed with his image, each coin looks the same. The image upon each one bears the same reflection of that king. Not so for God. When the Holy One creates humanity in God's own image, each human bears God's image. And yet each person looks different, unique. To gaze upon a person is to see the image of the Creator of heaven and earth acting in the world in their own way, blessing creation by carrying God's face, as it were, into all they do. And so when a person dies, God's image in the world is, as it were, diminished. The image of God on that person's face no longer lives in the world. And so at the grave and in recognition of the loss and in memory of the person who died, we say to God, Yitgadal, may you be increased. Because that person brought unique blessings into the world, brought holiness in their own individual way, and is now gone, it is as though God's sanctity in the world is lessened. And so we also say to God, Yitkadash, may you be made holy after such a loss. And then in the mysterious circle that exists between heaven and earth, between the Holy One and each of us, we pray that as we comfort God for the loss of our loved one, God in turn will comfort us. We recite the Mourner's Kaddish, page 606.
Yitgadal, Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, V'yalma Divra Chirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon V'yamechon, V'chayei D'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'galga U'vizman Kari V'yamru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Omei Omaya. Yitbarak, V'yishtabak, V'yitba'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shmei, Tgudasha, Brichu, Le'ela, U'le'ela, Min Kol Birchata, V'shirata, Tushbachata, V'nechemata, Damiram B'alma, V'yimru, Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'yimru, Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, V'yimru, Amen.
Amen.
May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to the bereaved. Amen.
Amen.
Please remain standing as we continue on page 614 with El Norah.
Our Creator, God of awe, God sublime, whose deeds are true, have compassion, grant us pardon as we enter Neilah. El Norah Alila, El Norah Alila, Hamselanu Mechila, Bisheat HaNeilah. El Norah Alila, El Norah Alila, Hamselanu Mechila, Bisheat HaNeilah. El Norah Alila, El Norah Alila, Hamselanu Mechila, Bisheat HaNeilah. El Norah Alila, El Norah Alila, Hamselanu Mechila, Bisheat HaNeilah. El Norah Alila, El Norah Alila, Hamselanu Mechila, Bisheat HaNeilah. El Norah Alila, El Norah Alila, Hamselanu Mechila, Bisheat HaNeilah.
Well, just as it is a practice and a marathon to sprint that last final lap, we are officially in our Neilah service. It is a tradition to stand for the entire service, but as always, do what is best for your body. And now we turn to page 620. Hearing these notes for the last time of the season brings me some sadness. Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadal ve'yitkadas Shemei Rabbah.
Biol Mahalam, Divra Chiruti, V'yolich Malchuti. V'chayechon, Uvyomechon, Uvechayei, T'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Uvizman Kariv,
Ve'im Eru
Amen.
Ishmei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam U'amei Amaya
Yitbarach ברכתה והשירתה.
תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמה.
ואמרו אמן, ואמרו אמן, ואמרו אמן, ואמרו אמן, ואמרו אמן, ואמרו אמן,
ואמרו
Page 622.
ya la la da da, ya la la da da, ya da 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 da, ya la da, ya la la da da, ya la la da da, ya la la da da, ya la da. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayers? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may praise your name. Ya la la da da, ya la la da da, ya la la da da, ya la da, ya la la da da, ya la la da da, ya la da. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanura El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim v'Konei HaKol v'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imachot ומביא גאולה לפני בניכם למען שמו באהבה. זוכרנו לחיים מלך חפץ בחיים וכותבנו בספר החיים למענך אלוהים חיים. זוכרנו לחיים מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל אתה, רב לחושיע, מוריד האתר, מכלכל לחיים בחסד, מחייך כל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לאיש עיני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך מימית ומחייב, ומצמיח ישועה. מי כמוך רחמים, זוכר יצוריו, חיים ברחמים, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל.
אמן. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, הקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. You are holy, your name is holy. Seekers of holiness praise you day by day. Selah. Baruch atah Adonai HaMelech HaKadosh. You are the source of blessing, eternal one, sovereign of the sacred. Page 636. V'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu ba'ahava et hayom ha'kippurim hazeh, l'mchila v'lischa v'l'kapara, v'limchol bo et kol avotenu mikra kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim. In your love, eternal our God, you have given us this Yom Kippur, a day on which our wrongs are forgiven, a day of sacred assembly, a day to be mindful of our people's going out from Egypt. Zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo l'tova, amen. Uvokdenu vo l'vracha, amen. V'hoshienu vo l'chaim, amen. Eternal our God, remember us, be mindful of us, and redeem us for a life of goodness and blessing. Amen. Pitchu lanu sha'ar be'et ne'ilah sha'ar. Open a gate for us when the gates are being closed, for the day is about to fade. The day shall end, the sun shall set. Let us enter your gates.
So this is sort of the last call of Yom Kippur, right? It's like the gates clang shut in about an hour. And so if you have any last requests, you don't have to text anybody, but now is a good time to ask, right? So in between the words of the songs, in between the prayers, it's an auspicious time to ask for what you need, for what you want for your loved ones, and for this world who needs so much. Open the gates of mercy and let your light shine in. Open the gates of mercy and let your love shine in, so we can build a better place worth living in. We can build a better place called a home. Yeah. Called home. Open the gates of mercy and let your light shine in. Open the gates of mercy and let your love shine in. So we can build a better place worth living in. We can build a better place called a home. Hey, call home. Refuah Shelema. Hey, and we call that home.
So many words. They echo in my head. I'm emptied out with no more strength to speak. Just my life breath, just my heart, just these broken shards of ancient prayer. They say the shofar's broken cry will reach you. You, rock of my heart, my portion forever. Turn to page 650.
כי אנו עמך ואתה אלוהינו, אנו בניך ואתה אבינו, אנו עבדיך ואתה אדוני, אנו קהלך ואתה חלקנו, נחלתך ואתה גורלנו, אנו שונאיך ואתה רוענו, אנו חנמך ואתה נוטרנו, אנו פעולתך ואתה יוצרנו, אנו רעייתך ואתה דודנו, אנו סגולתך ואתה קרובנו, אנו עמך ואתה מלכנו, אנו מאמירך ואתה מאמירנו, איי 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 איי
Wow, I hope your hands are vibrating after that. Our God and God of our ancestors, we are your people and you are our God. We are your children and you are our father, our mother. We are the people you serve and you call us to serve you. We are your community and you are our portion. We are your legacy and you are our purpose. We are your flock and you are our shepherd. We are your vineyard and you watch over us. We are your work and you are our maker. We are your beloved and you are our lover. We are your treasure and you are the one we cherish. We are your people and you reign over us. We offer you our words and you offer us yours. So forgive us, pardon us, lead us to atonement. We turn to our final vidui, page 652. How do we offer the Neilah confession with honesty and humility, We are insolent, but you are compassionate and gracious. We are stubborn and stiff-necked, but you are slow to anger. We persist in doing wrong, but you are the essence of mercy. Our days are a shadow passing by, but you are existence itself. Your years are never ending.
Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Hashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu, Dibarnu Dofi, Hevinu, Vehirshanu, Zadnu, Hamasnu, Tafanu Sheker, Ya'atznura, Kizavnu, Latznu, Maradnu, Niatznu, Sararnu, Avinu, Pashanu, Sararnu, Kishinu Orev, Rashanu, Shichatznu, Tiavnu, Tainu, Titanu. Ay, 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 ay,
We are guilty, we betray, we steal, we scorn, we act perversely, we are cruel, we scheme, we are violent, we slander, we devise evil, we lie, we ridicule, we disobey, we abuse, we defy, we corrupt, we commit crimes, we are hostile, we are stubborn, we are immoral, we kill, we spoil, we go astray, we lead others astray. 662.
We read together. We read together. Avinu Malkeinu, Almighty and merciful, welcome our prayer with love, accept and embrace it. Avinu Malkeinu, act for the sake of your boundless compassion. Avinu Malkeinu, act towards us as befits your name. Avinu Malkeinu, seal us in the book of sustenance and livelihood. Avinu Malkeinu, seal us in the book of worthiness and merit. Avinu Malkeinu, seal us in the book of forgiveness and pardon. Avinu Malkeinu, seal us in the book of lives well lived. Avinu Malkeinu, seal us in the book of redemption and renewal. Avinu Malkeinu, let our hands overflow with your blessings. Avinu Malkeinu, let the gates of heaven be open to our prayer. Avinu Malkeinu, renew us for a year of goodness. Avinu Malkeinu, we have no sovereign but you.
Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu v'Aneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu v'Aneinu, Ki ein banu Onenu v'hanenu ki ein banu ma'asim.
Avinu Malkeinu, Almighty and merciful, answer us with grace when our deeds are wanting. Save us through acts of justice and love.
Page
Take it up.
666.
Page 668, I didn't learn it. Let's do it together.
Uh-oh. All right, ready? Oh, we're modulating or no? No, no, you do it. You do it. Here we go.
You can tell me, Kadash, Meraba.
Ping, Be'oma Divrach Yirtei, Yom Lich Malchutei,
Chai Chonu Yom Echon, Hayirichol Be Yisrael.
Bagalav Bizman Karim Imeru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Le'olam Olam Ve'omaya, Yitbarach, Yishtabach, V'yishtabach, V'pa'ar, V'yitramam, V'naseh, V'tadar, V'taleh, V'talal, Shmini Kudish Abrichu, Le'ela u'le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tishbechata v'nechamata, tamiram v'yama v'imeru, amen. Tikabel tzlot techon avutechon, techol Yisrael, kadam avuchon, devay shemaya v'imeru,
Amen. Yehi Shmei
Rabba min shemaya, v'chayim alenu kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimroma, Hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, v'yakol yoshvei tevel v'imeru, amen. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. אדוני הוא אלוהים, אדוני הוא אלוהים, אדוני הוא אלוהים, אדוני הוא אלוהים, אדוני הוא האלוהים, אדוני הוא האלוהים, אדוני הוא האלוהים. תקיעה גדולה.
Working. Everyone give Lisa a big Yashiko.
Yashikar.
Start Havdalah. La Yehudim. La Yehudim. Hai Ta'orah. Hai Ta'orah. Ve'simcha. Ve'sason. Vikar. La Yehudim. Hai Ta'orah. Hai Ta'orah. Ve'simcha. Ve'sason. Vikar. We need another microphone for Ilana up here. Kain Tielanu. 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 Kain Tielanu. Tielanu. La 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei peri hagafen. La 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei besamim. La 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Aish. Yalalai, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la. Yalalai, la 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 la, la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech haolam Hamatil ben kodesh lechol Yalalai la 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 Yalalai la 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 Yalalai la 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 Yalalai la 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 Yalalai la 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 la
Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimhera Biyamenu, Yavo Eleinu, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi.
The screen has been rolling our thank yous, and thank you to everyone. Thank you to Cantor Alana and to Sal and to each member of the band and Max and Nico and Rabbi Laura and Rabbi Lisa, and most especially at this moment, Kate, who's kept us going. We joined together in Kiddush and Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
L'chaim. Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Ose shalom b'imroma. Ose shalom b'imroma. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hallelujah. Count it. 1, 2, 3. You sing it. May the one who makes peace bring peace down and bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down and bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down and bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down and bring peace down. So, I just have to say that this band has just been absolutely extraordinary. Aaron Kerbel on the drums.
Let's go.
Aaron Shaw on the bass.
Let's go.
Miriam Perkoff on the cello.
Let's go.
Michael Grossman on the violin. Jordan Feinstein on the piano. The one and only Saul K up here with me. And truly, none of this would be possible without our tech team. Max Lopez and Nicola Capolini, truly, you guys have no idea how hard they've worked. Max, it is beyond the past year and a half, putting so much together for this community so that we can be together.
And of course, the amazing Ilana Jagoda K.
To my colleagues, of course, Yasher Koa, to all the staff here that support us, thank you, really. May the one who makes peace bring peace down and bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down and bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down and bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down and bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Shana Tova.